Human happiness, strength, and peace are contained by the breadth of the path. Self-training is never something that happens only in the mind, although thinking is the starting point for all behavior. Blessing does not manifest itself in superficial things, but can sometimes be seen from the smallest things. Having a good day, we cherish a good day. Having in our hearts the desire to find a path for ourselves, we know how to cherish that desire, nurture, and maintain it day by day. Truth is eternal. Although the truth in life itself is often obscured by countless ephemeral things, over time, its essence still emerges. Or assuming it is hidden from many people's eyes, it is still what it is. Honest people are not fools who suffer. They only understand early and live according to the laws of nature. A young woman once said, "Life is a river. I'm standing in the middle of the river. If I don't actively move forward, I will definitely back down." No one is intentionally sowing adversity for us. That's the nature of life. We ourselves must always find a way to understand ourselves, understand what we want, and understand our path. Be perfect in every moment you live, right where you are. Not the past or the future, the present moment itself. It is the things that rule the soul, right in the heart. Don't leave the moment you exist, but don't forget your own flow either. That is long life. Love is like a heavy rain that penetrates for a long time. A little bit each day, over a long period of time, becomes deep and persistent. Energy is like long-lasting rain. Firmly, persistently, a little bit each day. Not giving up creates achievement. Learning is like a long rain. As the riverbanks are being built up day by day, becoming alluvial fields to nourish each person's wisdom. Much of the suffering and turmoil of people's lives occurs because they have lived so long in what has become the past. The past cannot be said to be unworthy or meaningless, but it is also impossible to keep the old things and let the present stop. Learning to let go is a permanent human miracle. In fact, the way is not far from the masses. People can open their wisdom through the road. Yin and yang include sounds and images. Only by cultivating the inner mind and thinking quietly, then one can find the road. The way is a method of training the mind. If everyone completely loses the path, the body is considered dead. With it, life will bear fruit. The way belongs to the invisible realm, but all things have to rely on it to survive, rely on it to grow. So people have called it the way. The sea is low, so hundreds of rivers flow. Those who know how to lower the ego will receive the essence of life. The wider the road, the less people will compete, because then they see the whole and know the way to go. The narrow road will not have patience. Results come from grabs, never lasting. Knowing how to reduce the ego, knowing how to humble oneself is the first know to help people get closer to the elite. Success always comes from taking action. Act with full patience and perseverance, knowing how to do enough and right. In many difficulties, do not panic, but know how to disassemble, to shake hands, to handle. What can't be solved immediately, use perseverance to solve it. What is a problem? You know how to break it down and solve it. With the will, the hard work is done. Compassion is one of the prominent features in Buddhist teachings. All sentient beings have equal rights. All faults should be supported and overcome with compassion. As time goes by, material things and fame may slip away, but at the end of a human life, compassion will definitely still be there, warming those who receive it. Light up the path of those who send it. We need to know the person who can cultivate the mind well is a talented person. Mind cultivation is a kind of talent. It helps people a lot, from how to deal with life to the true peace within them. Good mind cultivation helps us live more joyfully, towards the God nature more, calmer, and always maintain our temperament and style. Our soul is like a tree. It needs to be watered, fertilized, and weeded every day. When the mind starts to get angry, keep yourself calm for a beat, slow down to understand the opposite side, to put your energy into solving the problem. That is, mind cultivation. Love also requires wisdom. Paying too much attention will make the other party feel uncomfortable and avoid. Being too cold makes the emotional bond loose. Expressing affection between people and people in any relationship needs to pay attention to distance. It's like when we're warmed by the fire, close enough to feel warm, yet far enough away that we won't get burned. One person, one rain, one flower garden is also a miracle of the Creator. Suffering and anger are the opposite of enlightenment, and love and hate are inner errors. Humans divide emotional feelings into good and bad emotions. True, false are relative values. Yin, yang, light, dark are interconnected and cannot be separated but exist. Therefore, the inner being without sadness or joy is the realm of faith. Keeping the mind uniform without being shaken is achieving the limit of stillness. When we look at life with meditative eyes, we see the sadness behind the anger, the wisdom behind the silence. Hidden deep inside an unpleasant person is a person who has suffered from pain. Hidden deep inside a cold person is a lonely, empty soul. And deep inside a person who likes silence is a person who has a lot of chaos in his thoughts. Only when we look at life with a meditative eye can we understand the beings in this life and also let go of the burden of judgment and prejudice. No noise, no rush, just a space just enough to find peace of mind. I have asked myself many times, what am I waiting for? It is rightly said that the price of maturity is loneliness. Sometimes not finding the person of your dreams is loneliness. Maturity is the time when you question yourself with a mess of thoughts about life outside. Maturity is also when you know how to appreciate what you have. Appreciate someone who can be by your side in difficult times. In this life, try to ask how many people are lucky enough to find someone suitable for them, someone who can go with them through all the storms of youth. The universe is inherently endless, and no rebirth can revive civilizations forgotten over thousands of centuries. Going through most of the bitterness of life, the thing you need to perfect the most is the false faith of the possessive ego. No one is born to belong to each other, but to work together. The happiest person in life is finding someone who, no matter how difficult it is, will not leave you. Letting go of the past, we know it's hard, especially when the past seems so much better than the present and the future looks scary. But think, the present is all you have, and it only exists once. You dream of longing for the past while ignoring your own present. Be aware of what you are doing and enjoy life, because life is a journey, not a destination. It's fine if you have a clear vision of the future and you're prepared for it, but always be yourself here and now. Worrying about other people's mistakes only makes your soul heavier. Letting go of it is freedom. In life, don't always worry about other people's mistakes. That is no different from punishing yourself with other people's mistakes, which is not wise and even more unworthy. If you always worry about other people's mistakes, you are only torturing your own mind. Let go of other people's mistakes. You will free yourself. The sadness you carry, the anxiety you feel, are just your own emotions. Your anger disturbs the peace of your soul. Everything originates from the mind. Look at everything lightly. The soul will be peaceful. Open your heart. Live freely. In your own world, cultivate your mind. In other people's world, follow nature. Just like that, you will overcome life yourself. When you feel angry, resentful, sad, or miserable, the first thing that is hurt is yourself. Your energy is also depleted. All troubles originate from anxiety and self-torment in the heart. Everything is created by the mind. Everything comes from the mind. Life is an internal struggle of oneself. This world is inherently like that. Everything that exists has its reason. Whether you like it or not, accept it or not, it is still like that. In this world, each person perceives the world from a different perspective, with different perceptions and frequencies, plus selfish psychology. So there is a distinction between right and wrong, good and bad. Life is inherently full of troubles. If you keep worrying, you will push yourself into exhaustion. If you keep calculating, your soul will be tired. Just one different thought, the result will completely change. As you look at the world, so the world appears. If you love, life will be lovely everywhere. If you hate, life will be hateful. If you are grateful, you will see gratitude everywhere. If your heart is pure, the world will be pristine. If you live simply, the world will be uncomplicated. We cannot change others, let alone the world. The only thing we can change is our own attitude. Only when we let go of our psychological burdens, use a tolerant and open attitude to welcome the world, without resistance, without anxiety, without stubbornness, will we not be surrounded by troubles, and life will be filled with joy. A truly strong person from within will not oppose anything or anyone. They allow everything to happen, allow stupidity, evil, falsehood, good and evil, good and bad of others, believe that everything has a cause and effect, everything is cyclical. Whoever sows the seeds will surely reap the fruits. Doing so is not for others, but to treat yourself well, to let go of your worries, not to let yourself fall into the vortex of mental fatigue, to spend the limited time of your life on worthy people and things, to live a better life. The sign of a mature person is that the things that can affect them become less and less. Those who are compatible are close. Those who are not compatible are far away. What you can see, you see. What you don't like, you ignore. Your mind is as wide as the ocean. Happiness will come to you. For the rest of your life, as long as you maintain a good attitude, an open heart, a generous temperament, do well what needs to be done, go the right way, don't seek trouble with others, and don't create trouble for yourself, you will live a happy, peaceful, and joyful life. If you find a piece of darkness in your mind after making a mistake, know that there is light in your mind. Because of this light, you perceive that darkness.